close friends, and I would say one of the best. When I say about when it comes to health, he's so passionate about it. He's done so much work. I mean, he's a true foot soldier in the understanding of food, water, and medicine in the aspects of changing your life. Change your mind, change your life is one of his sayings. And things of that nature, man. He's done so much that you can see the background, food over medicines. He's been certified in so many different things. I mean, the list goes on. He's a true soldier in God, and a life of God as well. He's a pastor. And without further ado, man, I have to introduce you to one of my closest friends in the world, my mentor. He taught me so much and always keep me in that right mindset. So y'all have today a special guest, Dr. David Patin, Sr. Please introduce yourself, Mr. David.
Man, first of all, I want to say thank you, Brother Ivan, because certainly since I met you, I just have fallen in love with you more and more, and to see that you're still trying to help people and to get people to the next level as far as information and education. Well, that's exactly what I'm all about. I just want to say that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to definitely rejoice and be glad in it. And I just want to say that in this phase of my life, I am dedicating this portion to education, motivation, and instruction. And so I want to get people the information they need to make decisions that will qualify their lives to become doctors of themselves. Remember, we are the people who know ourselves better than anybody. And so what I've learned over the years, Brother Ivan, is many of us have not placed confidence in ourselves because we perish for lack of knowledge. And so I'm believing that what you're doing will give us the platform to get people basic information so they can go ahead and begin to research the information that they thought they knew, and will find out that everything they thought they knew is not true. And so we're learning that food is medicine. And when we treat it as so, it begins to get us to the places our bodies never dreamed of going. And so thank you, Brother Ivan, for allowing me to be with you, having this platform to, I believe, cause miracles to come in people's lives, because when they begin to listen to what we say and implement it, it's going to work like it works on every human. It does what it does when we do it. Faith without works, and not only is it dead, you're going to be dead if you don't listen to what we're talking about. So we're here to encourage Brother Ivan and to motivate and instruct people who choose to get better, who choose to reverse their diabetes type 2, reverse their coronary artery disease, reverse their hypertension, cholesterol problems, or whatever the cancer might be. Give us a chance to give you information for you to make you better in your decisions and in your spirit. And so thank you, Brother Ivan, and whatever else I can do to help, that's what I'm here to do.
Well, see, actually how we met, let me give y'all a little bit of background. I was listening to an AM radio station called WBOK. And before that, he started talking about alkaline water and its benefits. And I remember Tony Robbins, the great motivational speaker, was talking about alkaline water back then. And I'm talking, man, I would like to say the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. And I had finally heard someone on the radio station say they have access to alkaline water. Now, I couldn't find alkaline water, even though that I heard about it. Right. So I said, this brother has alkaline water. Yes. So I had to listen again to find the location to get this water. So now I said, I got to go get this water because I've heard about it, never knew where to get it from. right? So you're talking tap water up until that point, bottled water, tap water.
Yes.
So now I met with you. I came down to your place, and then you started testing the water. And then we saw the acid that's in the water, the acidosis that's in the water. Then I said, man, let me buy some of this water, right? So I purchased the water. I don't know how many bottles. I probably bought back then about 12 bottles. And I had a lot of back pain at that time from those years of playing basketball. You remember when I told you that? I said, man, I had a lot of back pain.
Yes.
And then I started drinking the water, less back pain, less this, less that, a little more clarity. And then after that, I might have came and bought the water from Dave. I would like to say anywhere between 4 to 5 times. And he stopped me. He said, listen here, brother. It's time for you to get your own machine. Why? Because of this, that. If you're trying to change your drinking water and you want to drink this water, you might as well go ahead and buy yourself a machine and earn the health that you're looking to have.
Right.
So I bought my machine, still have that machine to this day. And what's so funny, and you're a big part of this, Dave, I have people that I trained back then to be good, which was anywhere between, I would like to say at this point, Dave, it had to be at least 15 plus years, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been about, so now I got people that I trained back then that think I look exactly the same the way I look. I hear it all the time. So, and some of the parents that I trained the kids, they wondered how did I do it? And I believe it was the water along with the understanding of how food breaks down your system, and does it break down as something your body can use or not use. Now, I want to give the floor back to you. And let's give me a small, because you got some naysayers about the alkaline water. It does work, and this and that. But here's the thing. We know that one thing for sure, it's a better quality of water, and our bodies is at least 75% water. So any water that's better than tap water would nourish the body a lot better. Could you get into that a little bit?
Well, what we learned over the years is, like you're saying, the body is alkaline. 7.365 is the homeostasis pH of the body, what it should be. We learned from Dr. Otto Warburg in 1931. He wins the Nobel Prize for proving that no disease can live in an alkaline, oxygenated environment. And so in 1931, we know that cancer cannot live in an alkaline environment. Cancer's anaerobes and microbes. And so if you eliminate the conditions where cancer can live or disease can live, remember, disease all basically are the same, anaerobes, microbes. They live in acid conditions. So if I'm living in a body that's acidic, I'm eating things that's causing my body's 7.365 to go down in the 6s. Well, if I'm in the acid part, because anything lower than 7 is an acid body. So an acid body means you are already sick. Your conditions are already downgraded. So doesn't matter what disease you get, more than likely diabetes type 2, cholesterol disease, hypertension. Those are the 3 leading diseases that people are succumb to because they need water. These are food diseases. We call them foodborne illnesses. And so if you're drinking the proper amount of water and the right water, then your engine can begin to flush the environment like it's supposed to, flood your body with water. Dr. O talks about back pain, neck pain, joint pain, because people are dehydrated, their backs ache, their necks ache. Most disease, most conditions in the body are because of dehydration. Breast cancer, number 1, dehydration. Prostate cancer, number 1, dehydration. And so when we're drinking the right water, and you talked about this, Ivan, this water is not only the right pH, but it's the right shape. Remember, water is supposed to be wild. It's like from coming down off the mountains. And so if you got this snowflake water, you have the right size, you have the right shape. And so you have a water that the cells literally open up and accept. So what makes us look younger is because our cells keep flushing. Remember, your skin is your largest organ.
100%.
Always, yeah, you can always tell if a person is well by looking at them. So a doctor doesn't really have to fully examine you to see that you're suffering. And so when you look at somebody and they look 20 years younger, they are doing something different. Now, of course, the more you do, the better you get. And so I constantly drink water. I don't wait till I get thirsty. Yes, I go to the bathroom a lot. Why? I keep the exchange going. So it's just like your car. If you put cheap gas in your car, well, you get cheap results and you get worse results. But you put good gas that the car calls for. So just like your body, Ivan, our body calls for alkaline water. Now, we use 9.5. 9.5 is not the pH of the body, but because of the acids in our bodies all the time, so we're neutralizing the condition. So the body is going to be 7.365, but the water goes in 9.5, but it doesn't stay that. And because it's mixing with different things that we're eating, the air that we're breathing, the saliva that we're swallowing, all of these things deal with our pH. And so when I first got into this and found out that it could help cancer, eliminate that condition. Remember, if you eliminate the condition, you eliminate the disease. If cancer can't eat, we call it anti-angiogenesis, Ivan. So anti-angiogenesis is
You're starving the cancer. You're starving the cancer of what it needs.
Starving the cancer, feeding the cells. So I'm making my body stronger, but I'm making the disease weaker. So I'm bringing my body back to normal. So I'm not doing anything that the body wouldn't normally do. I'm just giving it what it needs to fight with. So I'm giving it the weaponry. What is a weapon? Water. And so if I don't even eat anything, Ivan, if I just drink water, the body will continue to heal itself. Why? You said we're 75% water. So the basis of your body is water. So if you drink water, you're giving your body basically everything it needs: your magnesium, potassium, your sodium, magnesium, riboflavin, all the things that you need. Yes, you might want to be skinny, but you're going to be disease-free. Your heart disease is going to be gone. Your diabetes is going to be gone. Well, what about the medicine? Well, if the medicine was working and you've been taking it for 5 years, I'm laughing but it seemed like you would have gotten at least better. I mean, you would.
See, here's the problem with better, right? They're never promising you healing. They're promising you treatment. So with that being understood, you're being treated, right? If I sprain my ankle playing basketball, I put ice on it, I wrap it up, I elevate it, it's being treated. But the soreness, the pain is still in there until it heals completely. Now, the only thing because we don't want to put ourselves in a position where we're trying to go against any industries, right? But what we are talking about is the fact that you have a better chance on making new decisions that can also help in the process of healing, right? So if we know it's certain things, like in so many words, there's a trade-off when it comes to medicine. And the trade-off is the words that they use, side effects. If they use the word side effects, they're saying there's a trade-off in the decision. We might help you in this area, but there can be something can happen in that area. So that's why even when they read the side effects, they have to say it so fast.
So many of them.
Because why? And and I know, Mr. Dave, there's no body is exactly the same.
No.
Right?
No.
If we all got different fingerprints, then what would make our bodies the same? It cannot be. So there's no way one medicine can serve every one of those different bodies at the same effective rate. So that's what we're speaking of. It's not going to happen. That's why they have so many different, that's why I call it clinical trials. What might help 100 may hurt another 100. So
it may hurt 1,000.
But I'm just giving the ratio of the 200 that can and cannot. But here's the thing: both of the group of 100 still has to have something happen to them in the side effects.
That's right. And then what I've heard, well, this is what I've learned too, Ivan, not to cut you off, but this is what I've learned from the doctors. We call them side effects, but it's not a side effect. These are the effects. We say side effects because we hoping we don't get them. But even if you don't feel them, these are the effects of this medicine. It has been proven to do these things. You may not be feeling them because what you just said, everybody is different. So you may just have extra back pain. You may have extra headaches. The other person may have swollen feet, but all of these are the effects. It just won't make everything happen at the same time. So these are not side effects. These are the effects. We are telling you this happened to somebody. And that's why we're putting it in. We print it to let you know any of these things and all these things are happening to your body at the same time. You're not going to feel all of them because the body can only tell you certain what's wrong with the feet before it can't tell something wrong with the feet. I mean, if all of them malfunction, then you did. And so I appreciate what you're saying because medicine does what medicine does. It makes you feel better by making you sick. So you're getting worse, but you're feeling better. And that's the irony.
See, the word that we both reaching for, and we're trying to be as clear as possible, but respectful as possible. There is a compromise.
Yeah.
That's the word. There's a compromise that's going to happen. Now, within that compromise, will you survive the compromise? Nobody knows. But I can tell you this. If there's a medicine that can give you suicidal thoughts, it's dangerous enough. Because think about it. You went in for something wrong with an organ or something, and they went in and attacked your brain.
Wow.
It made your brain say to itself, I'm ready to get out of here.
Right.
So all I can say is most of the medicines, and like you say, if I was never born, these medicines say this on a television right now.
Yes.
Making suicide ideations and
now, can I just interject one thing because I like what you just said. It affects the brain. Medicine's job is altering your brain, your thought pattern. Now, why did I say that? That is the same thing that food does. But what food does is it makes you smarter. It makes you more aware. It makes you more alert. I noticed that when I stopped eating the animals, I realized how more connected I was. I mean, I just felt connected to the environment. I felt the birds could talk to me. I know it may sound crazy and all of that, but I just felt good. And I felt like, okay, well, I'm not affecting the ecosystem. So nothing has to die for me to live. And what I eat from the ground, guess what? Goes back to the ground. It makes some more food. So we are replenishing ourselves. So we came from the dirt, we eat from the dirt. If we eat from where we came from, then it'll keep us above ground instead of under the ground. So we have to appreciate who we are. And if we do understand how we were made, our teeth are made in the way that they're made because we don't have to eat like lions eat or like bears eat. We don't have to chew the things they need to chew because you said we're 75% water. So everything I eat has to go back to what I am. So if I'm eating broccoli, spinach, cabbage, turnips, mustard green, collard green, and I'm mentioning the green family because the green family is the family that eliminates disease. Cancer does not like anything green. And so if you begin to eat those greens, now how fat you gonna get from mustard greens, collard green, turnip, spinach? I mean, you could literally eat them raw if you felt like it. And just think about it. If you ate these things and you were concerned about your health, then they will be just as concerned about your health because all you're eating is nutrition. I'm at the place now, since I'm not eating the meat, I don't do vitamins. I do B12, but vitamins, I hadn't bought a vitamin in 8 years.
Yeah, see, vitamins and all the supplementation is based in us not having, because you're trying to pick something else other than what you're supposed to eat. So let me
And
ask you this. So we don't get, go ahead.
stay right there. And what I learned also is vitamins are very, very potent. And so if you do a vitamin without the fiber, it affects the kidneys. So you can't just do vitamins without putting something in to break it up. Because if it's in the body and not broken up in pieces, because the body is used to a little piece of vitamin C, a little piece, little tidbits at a time. And so the danger of vitamins is you can't just take it without it affecting those kidneys. So you got to watch all the, you just said a vitamin is medicine because I'm not getting it from the food. I'm taking it straight. So I take a straight vitamin, then I've got to realize I'm going to either drink a lot of water, and then what's going to happen? It's coming right out the urine.
And that's where it was the big rise of a lot of these juice bars, right? A lot of these juice bars, which some of them had a nice fad, some you still have some. And now, like you say, you have some people, still have the good, juice bars and things of that nature. That's why they became so popular, because now you could get the nutrition that you need in a liquid form. So now, the book Food Over Medicine, because this is what we really came together about. How did you get introduced to the book Food Over Medicine? And was it a great read? Talk to us a little bit about the certification and how these things came about and how your passion grew within this.
Well, first of all, when I started the journey with the alkaline water, and I saw how the alkaline water brought people to the next level as far as urination, elimination, sweat, getting rid of disease that way. And so as we journeyed where we are now, my passion grew because the next step that the Lord was leading me was to teach people about eating. But in that journey, people like paperwork. People like to see papers on the wall. And of course, I sought my certification. And in my certification in Food Over Medicine, Dr. Pam Papa, the course that she teaches, took me 1 year to complete the course. It asks you and instructs you on how to give people proper diet, proper nutrition, because every person is different. Everything is different in everybody's body. Everybody has their own blood pressure. Everybody has their own heart. Everybody. And so things that work for me may not work for you. And so when I looked at my certification, certified in food, the foods that we eat, if they're not organic or grown, if they're not grown correctly, they could be just as deadly as the medicine. And so we want to, when we can, eat vegetables, eat fruit. We want to eat them organically. We want to drink water. Now notice, if you're doing water, if you're doing vegetables, and if you're doing fruit, these are the foods that our bodies were designed to eat. By divine design, these are the things we were designed to eat. What they taught me in the Food Over Medicine class, if you are not ill, it is your job to not see physicians if you're not ill. Their best remedy for not getting sick is staying away from the doctor, because doctors' jobs are to treat patients. And one of the other things that in our Food Over Medicine course it taught you was stay away from free exams. Remember, free exams, free tests, free screenings, because remember, they're looking for patients. And when these screenings take place, it's free to get you screened. But when they come up with the results, it's going to cost you the rest of your life for that free screening. The next thing it taught us was there is no such thing as high blood pressure. Your pressure is based on your intake and your output and your brain. Bad thoughts elevate blood pressure. Bad food elevates blood pressure. Rest reduces blood pressure. Your blood pressure is not designed to stay 120/80. That is a robot. Your blood pressure was designed to be what it needs to be at that time. And so people are suffering because they're taking medication to normalize their blood pressure when their blood pressure was already normal. And so when your blood pressure needs to be elevated, it can't. Why? Because you're taking a medicine that's keeping it too low. Then you learn that diabetes type 2 in your food. Diabetes type 2 is a food-borne illness. And so when I learned that diabetes type 2 is not only curable, most cases people don't even have the disease. But because there are medications for these conditions, it's easier to prescribe and get people to take than to get them to eat differently. Same thing with cholesterol disease. We learned that by reversing your intake for meat and dairy and oils, you can reverse your coronary artery disease. So we're talking about reversing heart disease, talking about reversing cancer, talking about reversing diabetes type 2. And so I'm so excited that I did what I did in my certification in instructions, teaching, and coaching. And so my certification allows me to be able to do these things, but most people rather pills because they've been taught, I need it now. I need to lose weight now. Well, in food over medicine, what we learned is not about how fast it happens, it's about you getting better. And what we learned about medicine in the food over medicine class is the longer you take a medicine, you may feel better initially, but in 5 years, how much worse are you? In 10 years, you're even worse. Well, with food, brother, you're better and you keep getting better. Look at you. As you get better, you just keep getting better. You age, but you don't age externally. Your organs are at a higher level. Food better than medicine.
Let me say this. See, that's why sometimes I have conversations with people, and we live in a culture where the syntax, right? How we use words and what we make words represent can really throw us off for a loop. You know, and I know, diabetes is processed food disease.
Yes,
but if we call it diabetes, it sounds like it has a syndrome to it, or it's some type of sickness. But if we were to tell you you have processed food disease because you ate too much processed food, that's all you did. But if we call it diabetes, you just bust into it. Well, I got diabetes 1, 2, and 5, right? So you accept the name, right?
Right.
And you don't know that you no longer think about the food. You think it's hereditary. You think your mama had it, your daddy had it.
Yes.
So, but if somebody come to you and say you have processed food disease, that's more clarity. But there's no like so many words. I remember looking at the food chart growing up, and everything they call food was something they created.
Right.
The only food that come with the planet is the fruits and the vegetables, but man was smart enough to realize he needed consumerism. So he told us that's food and vegetables, but what he made is food. So even the title food over medicine, we don't really know what food is. We do, but we wait till we get to the doctor, and then he tell you go back and eat the food that came with the planet. You gotta eat more fruits and vegetables. But so just think about all of the fast foods that don't have real food. So we're in a hell of a quagmire where we have to, like you say, unlearn all of these so-called labels.
Right. And the thing about it is, these diseases are not just reversible, they're reversible fast. By literally stopping from cutting yourself, you'll stop bleeding. Well, if you stop eating, like you said, there's no such thing as fast food. It's either food or garbage. And you and I both know that if you ever go to, and I've done,
but that's what I say. It's all food by another name.
Yeah, make you laugh. I've gone to the places like I don't want to put the names out there, but I've gone to them and I said, y'all have any healthy food? No, sir. I say, wow, they're even honest when you ask them if they have any healthy food. They say, no, sir. I say, well, I guess I'll take the lemonade.
Some of them will give you the coleslaw. They call it healthy.
Right. Well, and guess what? That may be the best thing on there. The coffee, the coleslaw. You got to catch it. But just like you said, these are food-borne illnesses. But because people are not used to making their own food, and see, that's the joy of when you're not eating what they make, just making your own food. Like last night, I got my salad together. I got my tomatoes. I got my romaine lettuce. I got my asparagus. I had my red onions. Had my garlic sauce, man. And, I had my Dave's Killer Bread, good seed bread on there. And man, I'm like, that was it. That was my food. And I ate that big salad. My wife, she said, I make salad. I make my salad in a bowl. I don't make no little baby salad. So, but the things that people say they don't like, 30 days, your mind will start liking everything you say. Well, I don't eat asparagus. I don't eat this. When you start feeling good, you will eat all of what you thought. Who thought I'd be eating red onions and asparagus, and romaine, being picky about my lettuce. I want the Creole tomatoes. All I'm saying is, I love this life. I love this life. I love what I'm doing. And if I'm not doing this, I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not going to tell you to do something that I'm going to go behind churches and get 2 pieces out the back door. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to be honest with you. So I don't call myself vegetarian. I just call myself not eating animals, not eating meat. But if this world get to the place where they ain't got no more food, I can't say what I'm gonna be. Because these people here.
No. But what happens is this, and we're not asking no one to be a fanatic or go lose their mind. Is just understand there's a difference between choice.
Yes.
And just make a choice. I mean, you have some people that's healthy at eating certain things. You just can't eat to the point where it's affecting your body. I mean, we understand that everything that we have to learn and change, there's always going to be we're going to have to modify everything all of the time. So at the end of the day, it's just about making more of the right choice opposed to making the wrong choice, and being conscientious of where you at in that on that pendulum of where you're going. And to educate yourself is really the goal. To educate yourself so that you can make an informed decision. So now we already have the show. I want to thank Dave for this opportunity.
Thank you.
We're at the half an hour mark, and we will be doing shows again in the future. We'll be breaking down some more books, some great reads, some stuff that has some real that's very rich in information.
Yes.
And our goal is just entertainment and information. So this was, as they call it, is infotainment, right?
Yes.
So we want to be able to add to the choices that you have. So when you wake up and God bless you with that 24 hours, we're saying find a way within that 24 hours to make the best choice for your body, your mind, and your soul.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say, Mr. D?
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity, Brother Ivan, and let us continue to encourage all of our family friends to tune in to this station, this podcast, to this Facebook and YouTube channel. And let us make
it's
it
going to be
big.
called the Food Over Medicine Academy.
Food Over Medicine
Academy.
Subscribe. Press the subscribe button and tell us if you liked it or not. Tell us what we can do to make it better. And put in your questions so we can answer your questions on the next show. And we will definitely be having some guests. And if you want to be a part of the show and you want to let us know, we'll give you our information. Once again, that's Mr. Dave. I'm a Coach Ivan. And we're going to continue sharing that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And happy holidays to everybody. Thank you so much. Any parting words, Mr. D? Stay healthy. Remember, stop, prevent, reverse disease. We love you. Appreciate y'all. See you soon. Take care and be well. Food Over Medicine Academy. Take care and be well. God bless you.